So the plan is that we'll have the main entrance being the side here. Now here, just watch this. This is absolutely awesome. This is something I'm definitely having in my truck. But yeah, that's what I intend to put in that garage area.
Well, hello there. It's been a while since I did a video. It's been even longer since I did anything with the DAF, as you can see. This video is just to show you my design changes, really. I've got, I guess the good news, if I can take any good news from this delay to me building the truck, is that I've had time to think about maybe some design changes. So at the minute, as you can see, I've got the Hiab on there. I bought it with the Hiab on, and I bought it specifically because I had a job for the Hiab, helping me build my garage and whatnot. But realistically, I'm probably not going to end up using that Hiab. So plan is, take the new plan I should say, is take the Hiab off. As you can see, the bed on mine has been modified to accommodate this Hiab, so everything's been pushed back, which does mean I've got a bigger overhang over the wheels. It is within the 60% rule, before anyone comments. So, you know, 60% of the wheelbase, whatever that is it's not overhanging any more than that. It's not far off. It's about 4 inches below or within that limit. But essentially, if I keep the bed where it is, I know that the departure angle is not going to be as good, but I'm not going to be seriously off-roading this anyway, so I'm not too fussed. I've already got a comms body. I've had it for a couple of years, and the plan was always to put the comms body on it and keep the Hiab, like I say. But if I put the comms body on, remove the Hiab, I've now got a space behind because I've actually got a motorbike, and the plan was, well, I was thinking, how do I get the motorbike on there? Half the reason for keeping the Hiab was thinking, oh, I'll just lift the motorbike on there somewhere on the cab. Just a bad idea, all that weight up there, and if it breaks down, can't get the cab up because there's no hydraulics for the Hiab, and blah, 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 blah. Long story short, do not need the Hiab, so I'm probably going to sell the Hiab, get it off, but then keep the space, because that space is somewhere I could put, I don't know if you've seen the dyno, whatever they're called. It's like a lift, a motorcycle loading contraption. But I'm thinking if we put the comms body on there, and in that gap we build a separate motorcycle garage effectively with a roller shutter door, so it's all enclosed, and have the loading contraption on there. It basically just slides up on a ramp, and it's with a worm gear basically. So anyway, get one of those things. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go back inside the house, showing the computer the revised design for the habitation box and the motorcycle garage and so on, as best I can show you on a computer. My skills on design CAD software are not fantastic, as you'll see.
The design software that I'm using, which is called Vanspace 3D, it's free software. Just go to Vanspace 3D, Google it. I think it's .co.uk, I don't know. Might be .com. Go to that, download it. This is what I'm using. Takes a little bit of getting used to. It's not perfect, but it's better than a pen and paper, and it's quite easy to use. So, bit of orientation then, what we've got here. You can see this is the habitation box. That's from this line here. This section here is the hab box, which in my case is an XRME comms body, an XREF, I should say, actually, comms body. So I know it will fit the DAF perfectly. This bit in front is not yet made. This will be fabricated. This is going to be the garage, which will be an extension effectively to the comms box, to the front of the comms box. This is going to be the, like I say, garage. I've shown it with a bicycle going in, but it will be a motorbike in reality. I've got a Royal Enfield. Probably put a Triumph 900, Tiger 900 or something in there. It's going to be designed to fit a BMW 1250 GS or a Tiger 900 sort of size. It gives you an idea of what we're looking at. At the minute, I've only got a Royal Enfield 500 Classic, so that'll be the bike in the short term. This is what I'm going to put in the garage area that's going to sit behind the cab in front of the habitation box, the comms body. So I'll be able to get a bike in and just pull it in like that, as you can see. Because of the height, because we're over 1.5 meters, there is an extension piece that's needed on these things. Again, I'm going to just pause that a second, but you can kind of see this sort of garage box is what I'd probably want to try and build. It won't be as wide as this. I've only got, I think, about just over a meter to play with. It will just fit the bike in, so it's not going to be as luxurious. I think this is 4 foot wide in this example, but having a roller shutter door in it like that, keep the bike in there, locked down, secure, out of eyes way, out of the weather and the dust and the crap. It would be really good. Again, same sort of concept of putting my utility, cable connections, fuses, and all that stuff, putting that in there as well, out of the way of the habitation box. I think is a really good idea as well. So yeah, just thought I'd show you that. The other thing I wanted to show you really briefly was the make and model of this this ramp thing. Right, so this is what it is. It's a Neodyne. So I think it's an American made. Well, I've actually made in Europe actually, maybe under license. I think it's an American company, but there's different basically that you can get from Europe. I think there's a importer for the UK is based in Northern Ireland. But this is the one. It'd be this AU110, which is the one I'd need. So yeah, neodyne.com. And you can see it's designed for pickup trucks and all sorts, but it does, as you've just seen from that previous clip, it does fit in. Quite expensive. I think they're about UK about £2,800, including VAT and the UK prices. But this is a sort of spec. There's a spec sheet for it. Could I get this built for less money? Probably. Can I be bothered messing with it? No. The guys have obviously built this and tested it, and it works. So probably go for that if I can afford it as well. But yeah, that's what I intend to put in that garage area. You can see though these things will lift a big GS bike, a big Harley. They'll lift a lot of weight. The specs are all in here. What they'll lift. A max load 550 kilo. There you go. So plenty for my bike. I think my bike at the minute is 200 kilo. So yeah, plenty for a big bike. And like I say, if you're up to 1200, I think my truck's 1500. Maybe I think you can get them to go to 1500. But yeah, you've got these extension pieces that go on the back. So you can get obviously it's higher the truck, the steeper the ramp. So you've got to have an extension piece on. So yeah, that's what I'm hoping to go for. We'll see if we can get that to work, shall we? As you can see at the front here, this is obviously I can't draw the DAF itself, but you can imagine the DAF wheels are here, and then the cab's here. So there will be a crawl through. The crawl through will be from the passenger side of the DAF cab, going through to this temporary, this garage area. This will have a roll shutter door in it, and yeah, and obviously there'll be another pass through going through here. So that just gives you a bit of an orientation. What I'm going to do now is strip some things out of this just so I can show you better. So let's just move this out the way, and what I'll do, I'll move this garage door out the way as well, just so they're not cluttering things up. So first thing is, and I better move the crawl through, hadn't I? Let's move that out of the way as well. So I'm destroying my diagram for you guys. Hope you appreciate it. So what we've got in here is in the garage area. I'm planning to put all the sort of batteries, the Victron equipment, which I've already got. So things like the Multiplus, the Orion DC to DC charger, that sort of thing, solar chargers. Everything will be in that garage area, that garage box, which obviously as well as home being a home to the motorcycle, will be a home to the equipment. Underneath, what's best to let me just take the doors off. So as you can see, the comms box, I'll stick a picture in here now. But from the comms box I've got, you'll see that I'm somewhat governed in terms of the design by the current layout of the doors. So on my comms box at the front, I've got a door here. I'll just move that door out of the way so you can see the rest of the drawing a bit better. And I've also got a door in the back. Again, I will move that out of the way just so you can better see the diagram. So that's kind of what we've got. So the plan is that we'll have the main entrance being the side here. Let me just completely move this out of the way. But this entrance will be here, the main entrance. At the minute, I've got some army steps. I'll probably may keep the army steps and may not, but I'll be putting a slide out deck here, and then the steps will probably go sort of to the side, parallel with the side of the comms body rather than sticking out. Just allows me to have the ability to park in a more restricted spaces where I don't need it as wide for the steps to come down. And it's also nicer because as you're walking down the truck, you can use the side of the comms body as a bit of a handrail, or can put some grab handles on there. So just make it a bit safer. As we walk in, we'll walk into a shower tray. The shower tray will be obviously covered. It'll be a stainless steel fabricated shower tray. It will be a bit like a funnel in a sense. It will be angled down from every angle. So the drain hole will be in the bottom, but it will be angled down inside there. So essentially, no matter what or how level the ground is that the truck's parked on, it will always drain to the centre effectively. But covering that, there'll be a lip all the way around the shower tray, meaning that I can put like a slatted wood deck over the top, so the water will drain from the shower and into the shower pan below. And obviously, when you walk in, it'll be nice and flat to walk on essentially. Up above, the shower head will be above these, above there. It'll be a rainfall shower, so like a big square shower just comes vertically down. And this shower will be a recirculating shower as well, so I'll be able to have the filters. The filters will be housed in one of these boxes somewhere, so I can change the filters, and all the mess of the water will go in the shower tray. The shower tray will come completely underneath and these cupboards as well. So as you're walking in, like I said, above the shower tray, you've got coat-hooks here. This will be for shoe storage as well, and jackets. And also the bottom of the cupboards will be open, so any drips from the jackets will flow out of the bottom of the cupboard, which will be waterproof, obviously inside the cupboard, waterproof materials, and it'll flow out into the shower tray. So yeah, sort of used for a drying area really. We'll also have the hot air blown, like a diesel heater sort of air blown into here as well. So it'll be a bit of a drying room as well. As we walk on through, you'll see there's a door through here. So you walk on through the entrance vestibule, we could call it, come shower room, etc. You walk in and then you turn right, and obviously that gets you into the main habitation box here. However, if you went straight on, there'll be a door there. And again, I'll just move this door to one side. I'm not sure how I'm going to make the door, if it's going to be a roller door or a slider, but just for the purpose of this demonstration, you can see the other side of there is a toilet. This will be one of the, what's they called? A separated toilet. I've already got the toilet. Simplu, I think they're called. Whatever. So separated toilet. That'll be permanently out there, and there'll be a sink above it. I'm thinking the sink might slide into the cupboard like on runners and slide in and out to make space. So when you walk in, you've not got any sink there. You can go to the toilet, and then you can then pull that out, and then you've got a sink there as well if you need it. I say if you need it, you will need it to wash your hands, mucky pups. Above that, we'll have a max fan extraction. So all this area basically will be, the air will come through the main habitation area and get drawn out with the max fan here. So all the dampness will be sucked out. So that's that. So let me just shut the door again. No, I don't need to shut the door, do it. Right, so you can kind of see what the plan is for the front. As you walk in, you'll hit the kitchen area. Again, one thing I should have said, ignore the colour schemes. This is just so I can visualise it a bit better when I'm building the model, the design model. It will be not these colours. Do not worry, this is horrible colours. In fact, I'll show you in a video in a minute of what the colour schemes. Let me just go to that actually. I should be able to show you on YouTube what the colours are going to look like. It'll be something like in this video essentially. So if I click play on this, you can
huge deep sink here. These matte black finishes are just like.
This is an Expedition Earth Roamer vehicle, but you can see I think it's walnut. So it'll be like walnut wood essentially, a bit like you can see here with these sorts of cupboards. So that's the effect I'm going for, this sort of look and feel, if you know what I mean. So as you walk in through the entrance door here, this will be well, the ability to slide a door across, as you can see as well. So we'll be able to shut that off. Obviously, you probably want that if you're in the shower as well. So that shower door will be something we can close off there. We'll have a kitchen on this side. The plan is that here in the kitchen we'll have a workstation type sinks. If you've seen these big rectangular sinks with the wooden chopping boards that cover them, quite deep, about, I don't know, 30 centimeters deep or something like that, 25 centimeters deep. So massive sink. I've shown it here with this cooker. I mean, please remember this is 3D design software that's free. so I can't put my exact objects on, but shows it as a gas hub here. I'll more than likely have it all electric and not have gas. I'm not decided yet on that. Just because with gas, you get moisture through combustion, and I don't want moisture if I can help it in the vehicle. So probably an electric induction hub, but we will see. Maybe I'll have a portable gas stove as a backup, because obviously backups are good, options are good. A little bit of workspace there. I'll probably have a pull-out slider as well to extend the workspace, so that'll be in there as well. So this will be obviously cupboards. Oop, no, it's a bit bad. There we go. Cupboard space underneath. Again, ignore the drawer and cupboard configuration. These are just default kitchen units that I've got from the 3D modeling tool. So I've not yet decided on where the drawers and the cupboards are going, but what it will have is inbuilt and inbuilt storage for cups and knives and things like that, so they're not rattling around the lobby, sort of housed in there somehow. Got a tall unit here. Again, not sure what's going to go in there. It might be a pantry or not sure. And then we'll have a microwave. We've got some top lockers above the kitchen, a kitchen window, and a microwave there. There'll also be an air fryer and whatnot. So that's out the kitchen side. So if I spin it round now, you can see the other side will have a big freezer, fridge freezer. It won't be exactly like this, but it'd be a similarly tall one. Ideally, the big isotherm freezers with the two drawers at the bottom and the fridge at the top, so there can be a freezer or fridge and the drawers, whatever you want. So, the £5,000 ones, if I can afford one. So a lot of saving up just for the freezer, but that sort of thing probably there. Then we'll have a pantry area here. Again, not sure about the pull-outs and the drawers, but there'll be pantry there. Again, storage above the freezer. And there will be, I guess, wardrobe space. Here's what we're planning to use this for. So this here will be, like I say, tall hanging clothes and wardrobe space. So this is the comms box that I've actually got. I know it's a bit hard to see from these pictures, but you can kind of see, yeah, she's a good box. She wants to clean and she wants to lick her paint, but she's actually quite a nice watertight box. But you can see on the inside, if I show you, we've got above the doorway, she's quite tall. There's quite a lot of space. So this is, like I say, where the shower will be and the toilet on this end as you walk through. But above that shower, if we only have the shower head, here we've got some space above the door, which is what you can see with these shelves here. So we'll have some cupboards, some deep cupboards that go fully above the shower. So we can put extra clothes, winter clothes, whatever in those cupboards as well. Again, just trying to maximise all the space without making it feel cramped. These cupboards are different depths, just to stagger it in, as you can see, so it's not looking too oppressive. So they'll get gradually less deep as we go through towards the freezer from the cupboards. Obviously, this cupboard needs to be quite deep to cover the toilet area anyway. But yeah, we'll just stagger them out like that, so it sort of opens, the space opens up as you walk through. Next on this side, we've got the bed area. So I've kind of shown it with the bed down. We'll have a big roof light, opening roof hatch above the bed area. So again, if I just strip this away, just so you can better see for the time being, I'll just move the bed out of the way. The bed will be a lifting bed, so it will lift down and lift up. But for now, let's just let me move it out of the way, so you can kind of see the seating area. So the plan is we'll have a U-shaped seating area at the back with, a marine type table that will go up and down or can be removed or whatever and can jiggle around front, back, left and right, the ones. So adjustable table, probably have hinges on the, hinges so it can be folded up into the middle and take not much space, and then folded out so you can be obviously closer if you're sat at the table. So room for probably 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or 6 people around there at a push, if needed. So yeah, cushions all round. Obviously at the back we've got the door anyway, but we probably won't be using the door, so we'll probably make these cushions so that we can remove them. There'll be a sort of bench and an infill there, so we can take them out and we can do a walkthrough if we need to do. But by default, it's probably better use of space to have it as a U-shaped configuration like that. So yeah, that's what we've got now. Around the beds, we'll have these sort of cupboards that go all the way around the outside. So these will have lift-up lids in them. So when the bed's down, let me just move these people out of the way. I don't like to squash them. Oh, we'll move the laptop as well, shall we? Why not? But yeah, when the bed's down, let's just move the bed across so you can kind of see what we're talking about. When the bed is in the down configuration, then what we'll be able to have, you see, is I guess, a shelf behind the bed and to the side of the bed. So we can store things like socks and undies and things like that in these drawers or whatever we want, electronic gear. But we can also use it as a shelf for coffee mugs and whatnot at the front of the back. And then these should be quite deep ones, so we can perhaps we can have drawers in these. If I just spin this up again, so you can see, we can have maybe drawers in the front of them, so we can access things from that side. I've got to sort out the heights and things and the measurements properly, but you can give you the idea what we're trying to go for. So yeah, so that bed will come down on. Not sure if we're going to use linear actuators or if I use like a seatbelt drive, lifting system. There's loads of ways of skinning that car anyway, so I'll worry about that later on. But the concept is the bed will come down. When we're in bed, we'll have some sliding doors as well, so we can effectively shut ourselves off from the main area, keep it a bit warmer, keep it a bit, if we've got guests in there or someone's in the kitchen cooking and someone's sleeping, just keep it a bit neat, So yeah, we'll have the ability to shut off this bedroom area as well. Let me just open the doors again. Well, what I should say actually, when the doors are in the open position like that, what we'll likely do is have some cutouts here on this side, so we can have a charging station, so we could be able to, just a little cutout, a little alcove area, stick our phones in at night, and have a charging station in there really, and torches and whatever other things you might need to grab in the night will be in there. On this side, there'll be a TV. There's windows either side as well, so you get lots of daylight in here. Like I said, the roof light as well. Ignore the shape of these windows again. These are just objects that are in this tool. I can't be bothered creating a window. It's just to give me an idea that the window's going there, but it will be a square, flush fitting window, filled with argon inside and proper window and all that stuff with a vent, so it can equalize pressure if we're going up altitude and things like that. It'll be a proper window in there, but probably cheapy version of one because I need to cut some costs somewhere on this build. But the TV, yeah, so the TV will be one that rises up and down. So these shelves here, the lids will pop up, and the TV will, essentially sink down in the bed, to the base of the bed. So again, nothing too funky with that. Pretty standard these days to have that sort of gadget. So yeah, that's the bed area. What else can I show you that's probably useful? Let me open the doors again. I haven't really put on where the sockets and things are going to be here. I've not really decided yet, but we're going to have sockets, light switches. I need to put those on the diagram. But anyway, we don't need to see those just now, do we? So I think that's probably it. Oh yeah, let's have a look underneath actually. Probably worth me showing you this. Fresh water storage. I'm planning to use this gap here. I think I mentioned this is a slightly raised, the table will be a slightly raised area, as you can see. So under here at the front will be a couple of cupboards with, small drawers that, probably only go back that far. Small drawers will be able to pull out because the bulk of the rest of this space under here I plan to use for freshwater storage. So as big as tank as I can fit under there really. Again, probably going to be expensive and custom made, don't know yet, because it can't be too high. Probably about 30 centimeters high is that step. But that fresh water tank will be inside of the habitation box, just to give a bit more protection against frost, obviously. So, underneath this on the floor, there'll be, a subfloor with insulation underneath, etc. Drain holes in the corners. I've seen that on one of Dave's videos, putting some drain holes in. So I'll probably build my floor like Dave's done. I'll put a link to Dave's video in here, as you can see that one. So yeah, that's going to be a fresh water tank. The wastewater tank, just it will be again another raised area underneath the toilet area. So that will in reality be in there. So again, if I can fit it inside the truck, but I'm not too bothered. If it was a frosty day and it had, if this tank had to be fitted on the outside underneath, I don't think I'm too fussed, because if it was particularly frosty, I'd probably just drain it off and leave it open anyway. So this is not intended to be kept filled for any time. But I appreciate that, I probably need to put some sort of heating mat in there or something if it was to be on the outside. But ideally, like I say, it will be stuck on the inside like that. So this is, I think, an earth realm vehicle. It's a YouTube video. Again, I'll put a link into this. It's this woman and her boyfriend or whatever looking around this truck. But you can kind of see this thing. I won't put the volume on, but if I just press play, you can kind of see what she's talking about. So the first one is to have like a drawer. So pause that. So a drawer where you've got space for knives and things like that. Obviously, I don't want a knife block and things flying around the inside of the vehicle. So if they're all in a drawer, neatly put away. I think the key with living like in a truck or a van is everything's got to have its own dedicated space and be tidy. So that's one feature I do want to have in the truck. What else have we got? Let's just spin on a little bit. I think there's a drawer above it now we can see, which has got space for things like crockery and things like that. And then above, again, some spaces you can see there for your cups and things like that. And just these like slots with foam inserts, and I think are a really good idea. Hold them in place so they don't smash, but B, stop them rattling and things like that. So again, everything's got its own place and dedicated storage, which I really, really love. This wood, as you can see as well, just a beautiful grey and a lovely dark wood. Contrasts really well with the black. So I think my colour scheme is going to be, I think this is cherry wood. So cherry, grey and black is probably going to be what I want inside. But I'll obviously have to have a lot of natural light coming through so it doesn't look too dark and oppressive. But that's what I'm going to be going for. Now here, just watch this. This is absolutely awesome. This is something I'm definitely having in my truck. So one of the tall units I've showed you probably will house something like this. So as you can see, we got, press play. This is going to be the coffee station. So a coffee machine that will pull out with dedicated storage for coffee cups. I think it's a really good idea. Again, stop them rattling, keep them from breaking, and that sort of thing. Slides in, slides out. Lovely. At the bottom on this one, I think, again, just pantry area. So again, I'll have similar sort of setup for my tall pantry area. Probably have 2 or 3 of these drawers, I think. And again, similar. Really love this. Having the top area of this tall cupboard as a wine rack. So A, storing bottles of wine, but B, as you'll see, storing stemless wine glasses. Again, you can see it's like foam lined, so they squash in and held. Don't rattle, don't break. So again, beautiful, beautiful sort of design. I love it. Absolutely love it. I'll just pause it there a second. Again, you can see this sort of L-shaped seating area in this truck. This is exactly what I intend to have in my truck, this sort of arrangement. I think it looks really, really good. You probably just about see there the table as well in the background. Press play, that sort of table. And again, you can see the sort of folding leaves on that table with the sort of marine yachting leg on it. So again, that sort of thing is what I want. This is the fridge. I think it's an isotherm fridge. Again, exactly the model that I want, really. So top being the fridge, and then 2 drawers underneath that can be either a fridge or a freezer. You can set them. I think they're about £5 like I say, these fridges. So this might be an area I have to cut back on. I don't know. We'll see. Sell a kidney. Buy a freezer. Let's quickly show you to the right this TV that goes up and down with a lovely wooden case around it. I mean, I'm not expecting, just let me pause this a second, I'm not expecting to be able to achieve this level of craftsmanship with my skill set, but who knows. If I take my time on it, maybe I can achieve something close. But that'd be the plan, yeah. TV with an aux around that drops into this cupboard area. Absolutely lovely. Again, surrounding the bed, I showed you this idea I had that she's actually I've seen here as well, so I just thought I'd show you this. It was my idea. It's not my idea, I don't mean that. I mean, I've thought about doing this for a year or so ago in the original design actually, but just a good demonstration of it applied to this vehicle actually. So you can see that the shelf around the or the ledge around the bed sort of pops up. I've seen this a few times actually. I think it's a really good idea. Gives you the extra storage next to the bed, and also like a shelf to put your mugs and things. Quite deep storage as well, as you can see, with a nearly swallowing her entire arm up. But yeah, with lights inside as well. Fantastic, again, fantastic idea. I could probably even put, I'm not sure what that thing is there, but she's showing you there, but they can even put things like a charging pad. Oh, there's a USB socket there, but yeah, USB sockets, charging pads, put loads of things in there, can't you? Really good idea. So I think that is probably it, isn't it? So hopefully that gives you an idea of what I'm planning. I've never built an overland truck before, never lived in one, etc., etc. So yeah, I do appreciate your feedback on this design, whether you think it's workable, if you've ever lived in an overland truck. I guess if you've got any problems, let me know with the design. If there's anything you see where I'm missing something obvious, just drop it in the comments because I might have clearly missed something. Just to recap, I've got wardrobe space, I've got pantry space, there will be space for a bin in the kitchen area, I've got a shower, toilet, I'll have multiple heating sources, I'll have underfloor heating in this area, I'll probably put some underfloor heating in the shower, bathroom area, so that'll be, underfloor heating will be propane based, so I've got Truma water heater, combi air water heater thingamajig, got one of those already, so I'll be putting that in. But I'll also have a diesel heater, probably a Chinese diesel heater as a backup option, so I'll be able to put air in here. What I don't have is a stove. I just could not fit a log burner in this design. I did want it, but obviously with a log burner you've got to leave quite a big space surrounding the log burner, and you've got to store logs, and then this thing to smoke when you light them. I'd love the romantic idea of it, and I'm sure it's a good backup option. But this is not really a zombie apocalypse truck, or at least it's not designed to be. Who knows? It might end up being one, but it's not the plan really. So yeah, Max fans, I know it's probably better to have one at the front and one at the back. Obviously, what you're meant to do with airflow is one at the top and one at the bottom, really, in terms of airflow. So you get a full diagonal effect of moving the air through the vehicle. But I'm obviously not going to put one on the bottom. I've got a roof light here, so I think anyway it's sufficient to have the Max fan drawing the air out, and then the roof light just open the roof hatch above here, and that will obviously let air in rather than pulling air in and pushing air out. I think it's probably going to be okay with that, but who knows. I might need to put another Max fan above or another vent above the cooking area as well to get smells. So obviously if this bit's shut, this door's shut, then it's not going to do much work, is it really? So I might need to think about maybe having another Max fan in the kitchen area some point, or maybe having a Max fan there and this just being a normal extract fan. Don't know yet. So I've got a bit of thinking to do with that. Like I say, if you've got any questions or comments on the design, better still comments on the design, that'd be fantastic, and I'd love to hear your thoughts on that. Cheers everyone, thanks for watching.